What do you say? Needs a ice water.
I'm gonna tell you what, that intro gets me fired up every time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It was like Christmas Eve last night.
It's
I couldn't sleep.
Couldn't sleep?
No.
I slept really good, but
I got like 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I was sleeping on the couch, so that's probably
What?
why. Oh, yeah. Long story. We can go into that later. But, you know, I mean, there's a small person at the house now, so, you know, trying to ease into yeah, a lot has changed.
A lot has changed,
Yes.
apparently.
Yeah.
So let me see here. In the 21 months,
Yeah.
95 weeks, 664 days, 15,921 hours, and
Yeah.
almost 1,000,000 minutes, which the minutes are changing.
The count is
Yeah.
off already.
rapidly.
Yeah. I mean, when I sent it out yesterday, it's different than it was right
Yeah.
now.
I
And
guess
it'll be
a lot's
different
changed.
when people listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big changes.
That's a big change.
Gosh.
To that end, like, you know, everybody was like, oh, when we announced that we were doing the podcast, like, to the thing of, like, big things happen when we do the podcast. I met a girl. We announced that we're going to do it. Everybody's like, oh, he won the race. Blaney won the Coca-Cola 600. You'll have to do a glass case now. It's like, well.
Little did they know we had already had it in the works. I kind of think it's like the vortex theory. So like we put it into the universe that we were going to do another episode, and the universe is like, we got to get him to Victory Lane.
Yeah, people. So we talked about this, for probably a month.
We were supposed to. I'm going to open this real quick. Sorry. We were supposed to do it the week leading into All Star originally.
Yes. And it didn't line up, and now we're doing it, and it's just like, we're like a week removed from Charlotte, and it just kind of happened to work out. But yeah, we talked about it for a little bit. You know, it's been a long off period, and I think everyone kind of missed it, and we're like, well, let's do an episode. It'd be kind of fun to talk about what's happened in the last almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm learning new things about Charles.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really excited that, and a lot of people wanted it to come back. And I think when we announced it, everyone was super pumped as well.
Yeah.
All the feedback
I
was
get
really
asked.
positive.
I mean, every week for the last almost 2 years when the glass case coming back.
Every week for
I
95
miss glass
weeks.
case.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, for 95 weeks.
Yeah.
I forgot Chuck had a
664
countdown here.
days. Yeah, yeah.
So
It's been the same
we ain't
thing.
at the racetrack.
Yeah.
Oh, we missed glass case.
It's like, oh, I really liked that show. It was a good show.
I know. It's shocking people haven't forgot about it.
I am curious though, because we've been away for so long, and there have been new fans that have been introduced to the sport. Because I saw some feedback, like on some of the stuff posted to promote it, where people were like, "What is this?" I'm wondering how many new people will go back and start from the beginning and listen to the pod.
It's a big commitment.
Yeah. I don't
Okay,
know.
I mean-
Would you go back and listen to the, like,
Would I?
yeah.
I don't like to listen to my own voice,
Well,
so
fair,
that's a no.
But if you
there-
discovered a new podcast, you're like, oh, I like this, and these
Yeah.
folks were like 3 years in, would you go back and watch?
I have
well,
done
yeah,
that.
And
well,
listen-
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Or like
Every one of them.
I
Last
haven't-
podcast on the left, like, I've gone back and listened to, I don't know how many
or like
years
shows.
back.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing with shows, like TV shows.
You
or
get
like,
invested in the characters and the people, and you're like, oh, I want to hear
yeah,
more
you
of
don't
them.
find out
Yeah.
until like later it came out. Like I listened to, although it's not that old, Dolly Parton's America. That was a good podcast. I would.
It's a big commitment. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones, everyone's like, oh, you got to watch. I watched the last season of Game of Thrones. That's the only season I ever
Without
watched.
any of the others.
Yeah, I have no idea. And everyone's
I
like, you
haven't
got to go
watched
back
any
and
at
watch
all.
it. I'm like, I can't commit that much time. And then I watched House of Dragon. And like, I had no idea. Everyone's like, oh, these references to House of Dragon is amazing. I'm like, yeah, I don't really know. It's a good show, though.
Well,
But I
that was
don't
a
know,
show
like, the
that came
full-on-
out when we were, like, we haven't even been together since that show came out, have we?
House of Dragon?
Yeah.
House of
House of Dragon
Dragons.
was amazing.
Yeah.
And me not knowing a lot about Game of Thrones,
yeah.
I thought it was a great show.
I haven't seen a lick of any of that.
Yeah. Good. What else came out at that time? House of Dragon, and then what was the
Ted
other one?
Lasso. We've already gone through the entire Ted Lasso's
It
come
came
and
out,
gone.
No, it came out in 2020.
Yeah, okay.
We talked about it on those shows
Okay.
that we were remote. We did talk about the first season, but
Yeah.
it
now it's come and gone.
It blew up since
It
did
did.
blow up.
Yeah,
I
it
love
became
that
a
show.
cultural phenomenon.
Roy Kent, my
Yeah,
spirit animal.
but what like?
Oh, the Lord of the Rings show came out.
I didn't watch it.
Didn't watch
Absolutely sucked.
I heard it. It was not good.
Yeah, from a big Lord of the Rings fan, it was terrible. Wasn't a big fan of the show.
that. Did anybody watch Sweet
it's-
Tooth? Have you watched that? It's based on a graphic novel. It's very good.
How many Marvel and Star Wars products came out?
Oh dear God,
in the-
so many.
Yeah, so the top of my notes, I had like 5 things written down, and Marvel movies suck now. Since the last time we talked.
The last one I saw was where everything imploded. What was that?
Like Infinity War,
Infinity War.
Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame is
Yeah,
what.
those
This
are
is the
the-
last one I saw.
Yeah.
every movie since then, absolute garbage, trash.
So
I don't like any of them.
Did you was
TV shows,
was, the
everything.
was Loki had Loki come out?
No, that's in our off period.
Yeah.
And I didn't like Loki. I don't like any of them.
Yeah.
They're not like they've peaked, and it's just not what it used to be. Like there's no stakes.
You're just recycling.
You are recycling. Like I watched Ant-Man last night for the first time. That Quantumania, and it's like
I watched the other day.
and it's like I like Jonathan Majors a lot, but and he did good. But the movie's just like there's no like parts of making you nervous. Like there's no
Yeah.
suspense in them.
Right.
Like you know how it's going to turn out. It's just not good anymore.
I
don't know.
They're also making like a 20th Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Just
Hey.
at some point.
I know
you
that's a
can get
franchise
No.
right there.
They
Okay.
should have stopped after Tokyo Drift.
I am interested though with the Marvel ones to see how they handle the Secret War, because that's the next phase.
Yeah,
that they kind of teased with Captain Marvel.
yeah. I just don't know.
More Samuel L. Jackson.
I mean, Sam Jackson is going to put butts in seats,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. Just the way that they've got it going right now. Like Guardians 3 was okay, but
On the Star Wars front, I saw where Daisy Ridley's coming back for
I didn't
something
see that.
future.
Really?
I think I saw that announcement.
She's doing Back to the Future.
No,
She's doing a reboot.
she's coming back.
They're going back to 1995.
This feels like Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I didn't see.
I think it was announced. Now I got to look it up.
I'm gonna have to go.
What? Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
We have to go back
Back.
to the future.
As
So I
written.
don't know.
Are they rebooting?
Yeah, bringing back Daisy Ridley is the best thing Star Wars could have done. She's confirmed to star in the new Star Wars movie.
Wow.
I didn't
Anyway.
know they were doing
Just
a new
because
Star
the
Wars
because the new ones did so good, they're just fun to keep on building.
I don't know.
And Star Wars stuff's going downhill. Like
Yeah.
all the shows, like Boba Fett, weren't very good. And
They should
Mandal-
have taken note from
Obi-Wan
us. Like,
was a
go out
travesty.
on top. Go out on
I know.
top.
Mandalorian was good.
The last season just
I didn't. I haven't seen the last
watched
season.
any of
yeah,
it.
this is not good.
Boba Fett felt like it was just a.
So you
couple
have
of
Disney Plus?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, but you
again,
got a kid at your house now.
Yeah. So you know.
I have
I
Disney
don't-
Plus too.
I mean, I'm not. I have Disney stock. Everybody have Disney Plus. I just didn't. I didn't feel like investing in it. I already have like Netflix and Hulu and Prime and Apple and
I
like the
got-
regular local.
I got the Disney Plus when you had the package deal with Hulu and
Yeah.
ESPN.
Same.
It's still available, I think.
Yeah,
I
which
don't
I
want
mean-
ESPN.
I want ESPN.
I want ESPN.
I don't
There's
care.
all the stuff on ESPN.
I don't care.
All the sports.
The only sport I watch now, honestly, is NASCAR and a little bit of IndyCar and some F1. But
Yeah.
I like have
Strictly motorsports.
strictly motorsports. I honestly, I don't know if it's because like the pandemic, but I have moved away from watching other sports.
Stick and ball sports.
Not like intentionally, just like my interests have gone other places, and you only have so much time. I feel like the world is saturated with things to listen to and watch and
Yeah.
see. I don't know. Sports highlights.
Chuck has his new Charlotte FC shirt on.
I've been going to
I
the
do
games.
like that.
I went to my first one last year
And?
had a
I've yet to go.
blast.
Where'd you sit?
I sat behind the goal and like
In the
new
the
floor
nice seats.
seats?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
nice seats. Yeah.
Ooh,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I loved the energy of the football game, soccer, whatever you want to call it.
That's soccer.
It was fantastic,
Yeah.
and I need to go back to one because I had
Okay,
a
I need to
absolute
go
blast.
to one. I
Go.
started watching Welcome to Wrexham.
Yeah.
Have you watched that?
I have.
Delightful.
You the Wrexham stuff? Have you?
Yeah, well, I'm a big Sunny,
Yeah,
Always
yeah,
Sunny
yeah.
fan.
Always
So
Sunny.
Did you see
Rob
that
McEnroe.
Charlie got in trouble for drinking a beer? Like apparently in England, you can't drink a beer in public in the stands or something like that.
What?
There's some weird thing. Like he had a.
First of all, they're not. Oh, this was the match in England because
It was in
Wrexham
Wales.
is not in England.
It was in Wales.
Okay.
Yeah, Wrexham's in Wales.
Yeah.
But there's
I'm
some
learning a lot on this show.
Some law like you could have the beer in the box, like in the suite, but you couldn't bring it into the stands. And I have a feeling that like stems from like the hooliganism back in the day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
People don't want to get
and
beat up.
I sit in the supporters section at Charlotte FC, and anytime they score a goal, you get doused in beer.
Yeah.
Really?
So you're in like the section that knows all the songs and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know the songs.
Yeah.
I just kind of go.
I know what that's like, being
Yeah.
doused with beer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have flashbacks to Victory Lane.
I did that
Yeah.
for 4 years straight.
Yeah. The other day, like I just got hit with one like right here, and it's like that's how Kim felt.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
This
wow.
guy just went. So
Just close your eyes.
With the can.
no.
Oh, it's liquid.
They make you
Okay.
put it in a plastic cup.
Oh, okay.
Like anytime you walk in there, pour it
Yeah.
in a plastic cup. But why are you spending $15 on a beer you're gonna throw?
Oh, good point.
That's true. They must have disposable income.
Even if I had disposable income, that's not income I'm going to dispose of unless I'm drinking the beer.
Yeah.
Like, that could go
It's
to
a
better
waste.
use.
Yeah.
Like, I could get more drunk.
Mm-hmm.
You should invent a mechanism on top of your head that just
Like-
is a beer catcher.
Oh,
It's just a big
like
funnel.
a filter, like
Yeah.
a funnel filter.
Yeah.
That's how diseases spread.
Not
Well,
if it.
we
think-
already made it through one of them, so look at
Build
us.
up the immune system.
We're still here.
Yeah.
So wait,
hey,
did Charlotte-
that's another thing. We beat COVID.
We beat COVID. Did
Apparently,
Charlotte
everyone's better.
FC do a deal with Pop-Tarts?
No, so this is like I think Glory Days Apparel or something, and they
They do a good job.
They basically, when the new Away kit came out, it was purple and light purple, and
It's
it
also
looked-
very like Simpsons reminisce.
Yeah.
The style of
It looked like a donut or a
the Pop-Tart.
Wildberry Pop.
Wildberry Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
The best
But
Pop-Tart.
you got to put butter on top.
That's best Pop. Kim's never had a Wildberry.
I haven't. I've had strawberry and I've had brown cinnamon sugar and I think s'mores and that's it. Those are the
Yeah.
only Pop-Tarts I've ever had. I like the edges though. The middle's not really my
That
thing.
is
That is where it's at.
I like the-
serial killer thing to
I
say.
like the edge, like a little crust with a little of the icing and a little of the middle of it, but like the smack middle.
I could
How many bodies
see.
do you have in your basement?
Yeah. How many are frozen and how many have you eaten?
Do you put butter
Did you
on the
watch
bodies
Dahmer?
when you?
I did watch Dahmer.
I couldn't get past the first. I think I was not in the right headspace to watch that show. I need to go back and try and watch it. I couldn't get past the first episode.
I watched the whole season. It drew me in. It was. It's one of those things. It's like, is it right making a show like this?
I mean,
Like,
it's a
and
true
making
story,
money.
though.
It is a true story. It's like, but you're making a shitload of money on it, and like, do the families of the victims get any of that money? No. Like, and you're showing essentially their children who got
Yeah.
killed by this guy. I don't know. It was weird. And then the dude, I mean, the guy who played him was amazing. I mean, he did a good job, I guess, playing Jeffrey Dahmer, a weird guy, but he got like an award from it and everything.
Ooh.
But I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But I saw one. I don't know. I saw one guy on Instagram. He does a really funny job of doing these stuff, and he was like, "Well, you did not watch the whole season."
I didn't, but you can.
Well,
you
like,
don't-
there is a
spoiler.
scene-
Yeah, you can spoil anything.
There's a
because,
scene in the bar, like they go to this bar where he meets all his victims, and like he always puts stuff in their drinks.
Okay,
Like he would
roofies.
drug them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like this guy was like, "You're the bartender of Jeffrey Dahmer at the club," and like gets 2 beers, gives it to him. Jeffrey pours the stuff in the drink, and then like he gives the beers back, and the rim is all got shit all around it. And the bartender looks at it, he's like, "Oh well," and he just like throws it in the thing, like just super oblivious.
Yeah. Although
This guy.
that was a while ago. I don't know
It's the
that
80s.
that
It's a
like
different time.
date. Can you call them date rape drugs still? I don't know. Roofies. I don't know that they were.
Rooflin.
Yeah, if they were
Yeah.
is like well known. Dahmer may have
I
been on
don't
the
know.
cutting edge.
There was some like 80s movie like Porky's, which is problematic now apparently. But
aged out.
they talk like I remember from like movies growing up, watching them in the 80s. Like they talk about like a Spanish fly, and like that was the date rape drug back then.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah,
oh,
and it
I
was
had
like
no idea.
freely talked about in movies.
Interesting.
Yeah, and this could be something that they're like, hey, you know what? Let's cut
You know
that part
what?
out.
Let's
But
just.
you never know.
Back it
You
down.
never know.
I don't know. Dahmer was okay.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't
Well,
watch
the
that then.
whole like serial killer.
It's gone now.
It's what?
It's hard to be a serial killer in this day and
You
age.
don't see many serial killers anymore nowadays.
It's hard.
You know?
There's so much technology.
Not like back in the,
Well, there's apparently
decades ago.
There's on TikTok they say that there's one going on in Austin right now.
A serial killer?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They've found a bunch of bodies in Lady Bird Lake.
Those could have been there
Like,
for a while.
But like they're all like men between like 25 and 35. Like it's a very like there is a type of person that is being pulled out of the water.
Interesting.
And it's very
I
consistent.
have not seen that.
Wow. I don't believe anything I see
Again,
on
Yeah,
TikTok.
no.
but
You- TikTok also, since we last did a show, has blown up. I feel
It
like it was
has.
around, but it
It
is
was
now.
just dancing people. Now
Yeah.
it's like long form documentaries and
Yeah.
news.
You
Yeah.
can learn
Man.
a lot of stuff on TikTok, too.
If you get on the weird side of TikTok, like
What's the weird side of TikTok?
so me and my buddies were
TikTok? Are you on TikTok?
yeah,
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Is it like the dark web?
There's
I don't
every there's every type of thing on TikTok if you
Whoa.
if you look the right way.
Ooh.
But like I started looking up stuff on like cryptids and aliens and UFOs and stuff like that.
So like conspiracy theories.
right. And that takes you down this rabbit hole
Yeah.
of like, there's a guy who had like his flat Earth map that like there's these different islands it's like space, but they've got ice walls and it's aliens coming from different sectors, and it's all weird, man. It's all weird.
Could be true.
I can see it. I mean, since they've pretty much proven UFOs exist, and no one cares.
Right.
Like, it doesn't make big news. And it's like, oh
I
yeah.
feel like because the news cycle the last handful of years has been so voracious and full of things, they just decided to slip it in. Like, they've had this information for a while, but they felt like it could go like unnoticed, and relative to the other things in the news, they're like, people are like, ugh.
Or is it that we're like, yeah, we've known for 60 years because the whole Roswell's almost 70, I guess now.
I mean, Men in Black.
Like 49. Wasn't Roswell in like the late 40s?
I think so.
Yeah.
But
So,
it's like, but now it's like the past couple of years there's been like actual like bunch of evidence, and like no one's
Like,
making a big deal.
confirmed.
Like, you don't walk down the street, there's no,
Yeah.
you don't start like conversation at bars aren't like, man, did you see that new UFO?
Yeah,
Like, there's
yeah,
aliens
yeah,
out there. Like,
yeah.
no, it's like, you see this new dance on TikTok? Like, it's,
I'm not convinced that the aliens are out there versus here.
which we talked about.
Yeah, we've
that.
talked about it, like Men in Black style, where you don't know. Like, you could be an alien.
yeah, I mean,
Sometimes,
you see-
do you ever think like, what if Westworld is real? Not aliens, but like maybe we're robots and we just don't know.
computer simulation.
Yeah. I mean,
Might
that-
be. I don't know. We might be robots.
If you can imagine it, it's probably true.
Yeah, it was super funny because like, I don't know why, but Independence Day has been playing a lot recently on
Yeah.
the TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been kind of
Again,
weird.
they're priming us.
Yeah. So I was like, and I rewatched. I haven't seen that movie in years, and you rewatch it, you're like, holy shit.
It's also a little cornier than I remember.
I mean, any movie from back then.
Yeah.
I mean, well, that was like early '90s, right?
Yeah, like 94.
Mid late 90s.
That was 90.
They
that
are
was
a little
94,
corny, but
yeah.
like, it's pretty crazy though.
Again, I think
It's
they're
like,
just
they're
priming the pump.
priming
They're just
us.
getting us
Yeah.
ready.
It was like Will Smith's first like step out from Fresh Prince.
really.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really?
That was like one of his first big movies. 96 was Independence Day.
Will Smith hit the headlines while we were gone too.
Yeah, he hit something.
Pun intended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy, and that kind of. I feel like that was staged though. I do feel like that's staged. I feel like everything is.
Yeah.
I feel like
Nothing's real, man.
I don't know. I feel like
It's all
that
a
was
simulation.
pretty staged. And to be honest with you, like, I understand Will Smith standing up for his wife, but like, didn't she cheat on him like a lot?
Ooh, I don't know.
I thought that was like
Maybe.
kind of known.
Like, I mean, anything with like those famous people and like their, like their lives.
Hollywood.
It's all like,
It's a little sus.
I don't know.
I don't get drawn into it as much. I'm like, cool. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
I feel like I've lost track of like new celebrities. Like, I know all the old, well,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Humphrey
there's so many.
Bogart, Katharine
Not,
Hepburn.
not like that, but like, there's so many new actors and actors because there's so many shows on now that
That's
I
true.
don't know the names of some of these
Like,
people.
I'll see them consistently,
Yeah, and
but
I'm
I'm like,
like,
I don't know who that person
yeah.
is. Like, Brad Pitt to me is still like the movie star. Like,
Yeah.
that's
And he's getting old.
he still looks good though.
Yeah.
Still looks
looks
good. You
good.
see him in Bullet Train? Do you guys watch Bullet Train?
I started it and fell asleep, but
Very
I know,
good movie.
Because what's his name's in it from Atlanta?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know
From
his name.
Atlanta?
Yeah.
The show Atlanta.
Danny Glover?
No,
not Danny Glover.
No, Donald Glover.
Donald. I said Danny. I
Danny
meant
Glover.
Donald.
Dude,
I meant Donald Glover. Love him, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it, but somebody on a flight, this was last year, on a commercial flight, was watching it next to me, but I realized it like once the movie had started, and I was like, what
yeah.
in the hell are they watching?
Brian Tyree Henry.
Okay.
That-
Yeah.
Yeah. He's good.
It's a great movie.
yeah.
I mean, Brad Pitt looks great in it. It's my man crush.
Is that
No
your
matter
man?
what age.
Your man crush
From
is-
Fight Club to Bullet Train, it
Brad.
doesn't matter. Brad Pitt. Curious Case of Benjamin Button looks good in the
it's
whole
great.
movie. I
Yeah,
don't care.
yeah.
I mean, that's what happens when you age
Meet Joe
backwards.
Black.
Yeah.
Oh, he was
Tuxedo
nice in that.
thing, you know.
Yeah. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Brad Pitt, same fraternity I'm in. He's a Sigma Chi. at,
Really?
University.
You guys
of
are
Missouri.
brothers?
Yeah. and
Really?
we went out there for a thing in college, like a workshop, and every room in that house, the active brothers were like, yeah, Brad Pitt, he slept in that room. Yeah, Brad Pitt, he hung out
Is
in
that
this
how
room.
they try and get cool people into their
Yeah.
fraternity?
works.
So they draw the women
Yeah,
in.
Like, look, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt slept in this bed.
Yeah.
You could sleep with the next Brad Pitt.
I have a T-shirt that said, "Your grandmother wanted us." It's a picture of John Wayne. Your mom wanted us. It's a picture of Tom Selleck. And your girlfriends want us. It was a picture of Brad Pitt. So All of them are Sigma cars.
Brad Pitt looks like Robert Redford, though, to me.
Yeah. You know who doesn't look like Robert Redford? I tried to get to this earlier.
Okay.
We kind of glazed over it,
Yeah.
right? You know, we kind of glazed over it. You won the Coca-Cola 600.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't have to talk a bunch about racing on this, but yeah,
It's
that was.
not a bunch of
it's
racing.
not about racing.
That's a
You won the
crown
Coke
jewel.
600.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it was
it's
cool.
a huge race.
Yeah, it was cool to do.
I feel like it got overlooked, too, because you had broken a winless streak, and so people were like, oh, the winless streak is over. Not really paying enough attention to the fact that it's like one of the biggest races of the year.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. Like it kind of did get that.
And it kind of also got, not that this wasn't just as big, but
The chase thing.
Well, the chase thing.
Yeah.
But then Penske swept the weekend.
Yeah.
So like there was emphasis on that, but not enough emphasis on like Ryan won the
Yeah.
freaking Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah, there was a lot of storylines that weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool to do the sweep for Roger, and I can't believe that hasn't been done before. That was the
No.
first time, and so it was really neat to be a part of that. But yeah, I kept telling my guys, I'm like, yeah, we haven't won in a little bit, and it's cool to get back to victory lane, but like enjoy that it's the 600. Like that's a
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
special one too. So no, it was cool. It's I got a ring and a watch. That was kind of neat. So it's
get a Coke
it's kinda
machine
neat.
at
I got a
some
Coke
point?
machine. Yeah, I don't know where it is currently. They
Does
said
it
they were going to
come-
deliver it.
Did they
but
tell you if it comes filled with Cokes? And
They didn't say that.
is it a glass bottle machine or a
I believe it's a glass bottle machine.
Okay.
Yes, it is. It's from they said they repurposed it from the 50s.
oh
That's the fun. Yeah,
And when I get
That's
it, there's
a
like
fun
instructions on
addition.
the back,
Okay.
like of how you work it and stuff. So I'm really excited to put it in the house.
are you going to
Nice.
charge people?
No, I don't know if you.
Can you rig it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like
It might
if you
just be
have.
one that just like
But like a lot of the
put coins
video
in it.
games, like the arcades, they can turn on and off the
like the pay.
put free play on.
Yeah,
Wonder if you can do that with a.
maybe that, or I'll just have like a box. I think it tastes like a nickel. It's like
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
cents. So
Yeah.
I think I might just have like a big jar of nickels, and I'll just empty it every couple months.
'Cause,
Depending
like-
on, I don't think anyone's gonna go in there and get a Coke like all the time.
you might,
never know.
Cokes out of glass bottles, I think, taste better than
Mm-hmm.
fountain or can Cokes. And if it's a Mexican Coke, that's what you should
Yeah.
fill it with is Mexican
Yeah,
Coke.
that's the high sugar stuff. That's the
That's
real sugar.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
That's
The
cane
real
sugar right
sh-
there.
The real sugar.
Yeah,
Get Suarez to bring you a case next time he goes home.
that's
He's a
true.
Coca-Cola racing driver.
Yeah. He has the hookup.
Or I mean, yeah, the,
Body Armor's with
Do you
Coke
think-
now, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Do you think though? Now I'm curious. So I imagine if a Coca-Cola racing driver wants Coke products, they just get them for free. Could you, if you were a Coca-Cola racing driver, be like, "Yeah, I want Coke, but I want it to be Mexican bottle
Glass
Coke.
bottle only.
Glass bottle only."
I don't know. I wonder if they'll do that.
I did learn on one shoot one time that they mix them like special concoction of Coca-Cola, like that they're drinking in the like commercials.
Oh yeah,
They'll like mix like, oh, I want a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of cherry, and like they'll mix it for them.
really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Oh,
It's like when you see ice cream commercials and it's actually
yeah,
mashed potatoes.
yeah.
yeah.
It's
to
like
make it look thicker, or like the milk ads
it's
that
like
was
they
like
bring
extra
World
thick.
of Coke to the shoots, so like you can mix your own type of Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Interesting. Have you seen where they have come out with, this is kind of similar, condiment dispensing machines that mix like, you can pick a base like barbecue, ketchup, ranch, whatever, and then you get an addition like spicy jalapeno, mango. There's like four, and you like can mix it, choose it, and then it just delivers your sauce.
I didn't know that.
It's a Heinz thing. Anyway,
So you got to keep pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
you do.
Things are getting pretty stale out there nowadays. You got to keep raising the bar.
There's vending machines in Germany where you can get sausage. Like, I mean, like you can vend just about anything.
Like a hot sausage?
I mean,
Or a
it's like
cold-
like
or a cold sausage.
uncooked cold sausages, like things that, like you go to a butcher shop and they're closed. Well, they've got the vending machine out front that they like will stock before
Huh.
they head home, and then
It's just
boom.
like a big
Oh.
fridge.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then you
that's
That's
kinda
not
neat.
as cool as if it were like a hot sausage and it like drops it in the bun and
it's
it like
packaged, like a grocery
Yeah.
store. It's just on the little thing.
that
where you-
reminds me too much of like in college or like at a TV station they have the old like vending
like the
machines.
automat thing with the sandwiches.
but
and
it's like the
rollers.
sandwiches.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you can
Yeah.
like sometimes like White Castle or it's just like a ham and cheese on white sandwich that's been sitting in
Yeah.
there for.
Or the hot dogs or taquitos that are on the rollers at like gas stations.
Those don't bother me.
Those are fantastic. Like
Yeah,
QT does a good
I
job.
will
Go
take
to, like,
one of-
QT
I will
and
take
get
one of
the
those.
like the pizza ones. They have like the pizza
Oh
roll.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. Little
I
taquitos.
love the gas station. roll it all.
What is not vended that you wish was?
See the beer? There's vending machines with beer and alcohol.
Is there?
Yeah, probably in Germany, and like I've seen it somewhere.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. You can vend just about anything out of a machine. I'm trying to think what would be something.
But you can get like on the go.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're walking down the street.
I want this right now.
I want it right now. Like I don't know. What would be good? Like a good walking food. Oh, like a brat or a hot dog would be
Yeah.
good if it was
Or
hot.
not even food, like underwear, socks.
You're
Socks
walking
would be
around and you're
better.
like, damn it, I forgot underwear. I need to
If
get
you
some
get
underwear.
caught
right
in
now.
a rainstorm, socks are an extra pair of socks. Although I think they can, at some gyms, they have socks vending machines. In case
like
you
an
forget your
umbrella
socks.
vending machine on the
an
street.
umbrella, like or a poncho.
Yeah, that could be good.
If you lived in a rainy city, you should be prepared. But
Yeah. If you don't own a raincoat and you live in Portland, then what the are you doing?
I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're probably
Portland
smoking
is-
crack. I don't know.
Why am I getting rained on right now?
It's 80 and sunny. I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know.
I'm just sweating so much. That's why it's from the crack.
From the crack.
Speaking of crack,
I want to know where this transition's going.
well, I just glanced at my notes, and I feel like these people have to be on it. Have you seen where the protesters are like throwing soup on art paintings? Like climate
What?
protesters?
No.
They threw like tomato soup on like a Van Gogh at like a nice museum and like trying to get their point across some reason for climate change.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best way to go about it.
No.
But the climate change protesters have kind of gotten pretty bold recently.
Yeah.
Like banding together like on a highway, like on streets, and like going to museums and dumping shit on paintings.
get the
It's like,
museum thing.
No, that doesn't help.
But
like, I don't,
No.
To your point earlier about like we're inundated with all this news that like the
so much
aliens get
news.
swept under the rug. Like
Yeah.
you got to do something to break through, right? Because there's just noise everywhere.
I guess.
Fair.
I don't know. I mean,
Think outside the box on this.
maybe that's how they get through,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you gotta
It's like
do something weird enough to where you get on the front page.
it's like all right, we tried strongly worded letters to the editor. That didn't work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're jumping to we're
Next
jumping
step.
to soup.
Next step.
We're
soup
just gonna put soup
on a Van Gogh.
on a Van Gogh.
I don't know what it helps.
See, soup on like an Andy Warhol thing, that would have been like, okay, yeah, he did the Campbell's soup thing. That makes sense. But what did Van Gogh do to you?
I don't know. I wonder if it damages the painting at all.
I don't
Or
know.
if you can
I'm
just
sure it's
clean
in
it
like a
off.
protective thing,
Yeah.
but it's like, I don't know. I just don't get it. I think it's
I'll have
hilarious.
to dive a little deeper into that.
Yeah,
my
it
own
pops up
time.
on my feed
Yeah.
all the time. Like, oh, another
Here,
painting got ruined
got
by
souped.
tomato soup. Yeah,
Got souped.
maybe it's a new ad from Campbell's or something.
Campbell's new chunky.
Campbell's Chunky is
Yeah.
the bomb, bro.
It's oil based.
My earring is like laying funny under my headset. It's like hurting me.
you can adjust it.
Yeah.
I know. I tried to like lay them.
Well, you wore hoop earrings.
I know that I wasn't really. I mean, I thought about it, but I was just like, I put them on.
Yeah. Hoop earrings and a headset. I don't think that really.
Hoops in a headset.
Yeah.
The bigger the hoop, the bigger the. You don't know
Scoop?
that phrase?
Scoop?
No.
Swoop.
The bigger the hoop, the bigger the whore.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's a new one.
If she
Oh, you
smokes,
haven't heard that one?
she pokes. I do know that
If
one.
she smokes, she
The
pokes.
smokes and pokes one. That's what I've heard that
What?
one before.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
never heard that?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's nodding like, yeah, we've heard that
Yeah,
one before.
we-
Literally
Kim was like,
everybody
whoa, I
else
don't know.
smokes what?
Anything.
Cigarette.
Anything? Cigs?
I think it was
Mary
meant for
Jane?
cigarettes back
Crack.
in the day.
Yeah.
Crack.
I mean, you know.
Well, if she probably smokes crack. She probably pokes herself with a needle.
It's a different kind of pokes.
Speaking of cuss words, did you see that Apple is changing it now that like you don't have to autocorrect?
I gotta
duck
try it. You told
duck
me you
to
sent this, and I didn't try it.
I don't know if they've integrated
It
it
hadn't
yet
yet.
because it just came out today.
Yeah.
That
So if I type,
story.
it should. Oh, it didn't
Yeah.
change it.
A lot of times, yeah. I mean, it's
But it's also the AI learning on your phone. Sometimes no.
mine's never.
You
learned.
cuss a lot.
Every
Yeah.
well, every time I say the F word, it goes to duck.
Yeah, fair.
You know, all
Oh,
the time.
no.
So it's not like it's learning from me, and
What
I
did
have
I
to go
text you
back.
the other day, and it changed it? Literally when we were having this conversation, I had a comment about like Elon Musk sucking something, and it actually changed it to duck when it was something else. So they got some kinks to get through.
And they won't kink shame you now with your phone.
Right.
They got the kinks to work through. So if you've got things that you type in with that, yeah.
You see that Apple's coming out with some new,
AR,
headset?
Bubble
augmented
goggles?
reality.
yeah, that's like
Ready Player One.
$3,500.
3,500.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it sent their stock up, and I have this stock.
And you're
so
psyched? Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. But the way they're saying that, like, everybody's going to wear them.
Well, I'm at like, what does it do? I don't understand what it like.
It reminds me of Ready Player One.
Yeah. You're
where
like,
you're just like living in a different world, and you're interacting with, like, we would all have them on, and instead of interacting in person, like face to face, we would be interacting in this like virtual world
From home. What do you
From
feel
any-
like?
from
or
home.
we could be sitting here.
We could be sitting
interacting,
here.
and, like, you could be looking at all of the articles that we're
Seems very
talking about.
it seems very lazy.
Oh, it's very lazy. Like, we're going down this lazy rabbit hole of, like, you know, there's not going to be any more human interaction. It's going to be all virtual. It's like the Matrix and
Yeah.
the simulation you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
That's how, like, you get sucked into one. Is like, well, what's reality now? Is it what's on my goggles or what's out here?
Google tried to come out with glasses.
A long time ago.
Were you there when we tried to wear those damn
Yeah,
glasses?
for driver intros,
Yeah.
they put them on to
They were
people.
the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Were you with us at when we went to GoPro Motorplex and we had the Google glasses?
I think so.
Yeah, it was like one of the
remember
NASCAR
that.
Next deals
Yeah.
back in like 2011.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere back there. They tried to get me to wear them somewhere, and it was like,
They
was
also
kinda weird.
weren't that attractive.
Oh
no, they had like a big cube on the side
Yeah.
of them. Yeah, these look like snow goggles.
Yeah, it almost
I still
looks
haven't
like
even done.
Dale
What's
Earnhart's
the
bubble goggles.
what's the
Like
it's a
the
word.
Oculus?
The Oculus.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
I tried to do them. My buddy has them, and it made me just kind of sick.
right?
Yeah.
Blech. No, thank you.
I'm gonna.
I'll
I,
just-
I, I might have to buy some Apple ones though. I don't know. You got to see the rave of them.
I just think that they're, again, lazy. Like, go out and do the things.
I mean, look.
In what instance
I like
are
video
they?
games. Like I like the technology stuff, and like it has its place, but there is a potential for it to all like become too much.
Be sci-fi. You know what's coming back? Black Mirror. Did you see they're coming out with another season of that?
And then,
No, I didn't see
Very
that.
excited.
I watched a couple episodes of Black Mirror back in the day, but they were kind of weird. When they got to the pig episode, it was a little weird for me, so I just.
Oh, you watched them out of order. You don't have to watch them in order, but that's like one of the first episodes. The pig episode is very weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, new season. I feel like they have to go even further because so much of the things that they put in the previous seasons is actually true now.
have already happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
The pig one, especially.
I guess I need to watch that so I can.
You don't have to watch the pig one.
It's literally the first one. There's like a British prime minister. His family gets kidnapped.
He essentially has to do it with a pig to like free his family, and they film it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah,
crazy.
it's not great.
Pretty crazy.
Okay.
Poor
Okay.
pig, just making bacon.
Ew, I accidentally just licked that.
Now I've got like
Applewood bacon.
Yeah, I've got.
Did you lick the filter?
I like went, but I was so close to that it looked at. This filter has seen better days, by the way.
You know how many
I don't
people have
know-
just been spitting into
I
that
don't know
filter.
who uses this,
Oh
Mike, but there's
my
just like
goodness.
debris.
It's a debris.
You could
in the
take you could
filter.
take the front filter off, where you probably have a little newer one in the back.
The double filter probably.
Just don't get right up on it. You know. Just
I didn't mean
lean-
to.
lean
It
back
just-
a little bit.
It has
Yeah.
seen better days too. It's kind of like crusty. Look at that. Is yours just
Still, I'm not wiping mine. I'm not even looking at it.
Well, I
right
mean,
in front of my face? I can't help it.
we are moving to a new building in a little bit, so you know. This is all
Yeah.
from like 2010, 2009.
It's not
new-
happening for like another 6 months.
Really, the new building's in Concord, right?
Yeah, it's right
Where
near
the
the
tech
Where the
center's
R&D
at.
R&D
Yeah.
center is.
Yeah, nice.
Hey.
Yeah, Ford's Tech Center's right there. It's really close to my house. Actually, it's going to be very nice.
And there's a brewery right across the street.
That is true.
Yeah.
You act like there's not like 10 breweries within throwing distance from here.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's right. It's like literally right there. We can like run a tap, you know, into the
Zip
new
line
building.
over?
Yeah.
An underground tap.
Or overhead, whatever, which,
Okay.
you know, might work better for flow if it goes up and then you could drop the beer down, you know, let gravity do the work.
Gravity.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Speaking of gravity, this is a smooth transition. Did you know New York is sinking? It's going to be like Venice here in like 10 years.
In 10 years.
Doesn't surprise me.
I don't know. In 10 years, that might have been a little,
Okay.
but apparently it's been sinking like, doesn't sound like much, but like 2 millimeters a year, which is a lot. It's a lot.
I also didn't know. So you know how like the seas are rising?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like if you were to like put a solid object in a bowl of water and it all rises at the same time. It's rising at different rates in different places.
Yeah, depending on where the
I don't know.
icebergs are, I guess.
There's science attached to
yeah.
that I don't know the specifics, but
Yeah. New York weighs 1.7 trillion tons.
Is it? So it's
With
the
all the
weight that's
buildings.
bringing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the weight and sea level rising doesn't
Yeah,
help
yeah.
either.
Just
either.
think-
But that combination is like,
I
it's going to be
wonder
underwater.
what it'll be like the
Crazy.
next Atlantis, like thousands of years down. You'll just have skyscrapers underwater.
They'll just build docks and like it'll go up and like,
Eventually it's
this is
just
now
gonna
the
sink.
ground level and you get in here and
It's going to sink.
ground level.
Florida is just going to break off. Florida and California, they're just going to go
Did you see
into
where
the water.
fine
Both of
with
them
that.
can go.
like Africa is like cracking through the middle of it? Did you see that?
here's
well,
the
and Canada's burning. Like
here's the thing.
Africa is like breaking
Yeah,
off from each
People
other.
It's
people
like-
are like, this is wild. Like when stuff happens with like climate or like the earth or nature, and it's like the world's been around for a long time, doing these things for a long time before people.
so. The
Why are we
Appalachian
why are we
Mount-
surprised?
The Appalachian Mountains, right? Mm-hmm. Are the same mountains that are in Scotland. Like that is the same range. If you go back to like Pangea when everything
Yeah,
was
was connected.
Was connected. So at one point, Scotland and like Maine were almost neighbors. So that's why these things happen.
That's
things
like
break apart.
Alaska and Russia.
Yeah, you can see it from your house.
I'm just saying. People should be less shocked because
Nature,
nature.
it's a mother.
Should be moving.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Or like when people
Damn
get
nature,
when
you
people get
scary.
attacked by
Scary.
wild animals. It's a
I
wild,
did see a
it's a
video.
wild animal.
some dumb chick trying to pet like a buffalo on like a nature trail. It's
She
like,
gets
dude,
what-
that's a
Yeah,
wild
you get what you deserve.
beast. Like, why are you trying to go make a TikTok video of you
Yeah.
feeding it corn?
Or like natural disasters are very sad because people die, but they're also natural disasters. Like they're unavoidable.
They're gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the documentary on I think it was in Australia, one of the volcanoes that exploded there, and people were like visiting it. There was an island you could
Oh
visit.
yeah. The white was that the same one? I thought it was New Zealand, maybe Australia. White Fish Bay or whatever.
Yeah,
That one
it
where
might
they
have been New
went,
Zealand.
where they
Yeah.
went and they were like on vacation and they're
thing,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, go. One of those survivors. Speaking of TikTok, she pops up on my like For You page all the time. She's like one of the rest of her family
Yeah,
perished
they did,
in
yeah.
the volcano.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like it just shows you, man. It's exploded.
Don't tempt
nuts.
nature.
Yeah, scary.
It's just so scary out there.
So continents floating away from each other.
Yeah.
So
Eventually
like,
they'll flow back together.
yeah, in the opposite
unless
way.
you're a flat earther,
They'll
do they just fall off?
Yeah, then you're in
Hit the ice
space.
wall and then it bounces back
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like
Yeah,
like ice in a drink.
So like our countries and continents, like they're floating, but are they connected like to the seafloor? Or how is
Oh,
it, like-
underneath?
yeah.
Plate tectonics, man.
Plate tectonics.
So like the plates are all connected and they shift, and then there's like they're floating on like molten hot magma. Mm-hmm. Magma.
So technically, you couldn't like go deep enough
Yeah.
in the ocean and swim under
Yeah.
a continent.
They're not floating on the ocean; they're floating on magma.
Right.
Magma.
I just
So then they're floating.
they're floating.
Or are they
just on-
floating or are they
floating.
stationary?
I mean, they're
They're
floating. Yeah.
floating on.
But how come we don't move more if we're just floating?
It's slow.
It's slow?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like the Earth is like hurtling through space at how many miles per hour?
Yeah.
We don't feel that.
Right.
Time is
Science,
relative,
man.
though.
Huh?
Time is relative.
Did you see Don't Look Up?
Yes.
I started to
They're
watch
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
I started to watch it, and I think I fell asleep. I don't remember. I didn't finish it.
It kind
was-
of goes back to like with the UFOs we were talking about, like
Yeah.
No One Cares. Like that movie, this Leonardo DiCaprio is like this really smart scientist, and he's like, there's going to be an asteroid that
Oh
hits
yeah, and they
Earth.
put him all
Yeah.
on the news. They
they-
put him on the news shows and stuff. What is happening? What is that?
The simulations
Yeah.
messing with us, man.
They don't like that we're talking too close to what's actually happening. I can't even tell what is that, like a police, like when you can hear like
Police
the
or
police,
like
the police
the radio
radios?
tower at the airport.
Is it the intercom panel?
air traffic control. Oh,
Yep.
Flip all the listens off on the intercom.
I mean, you should leave this in.
There we go.
It sounded like air traffic control. Air traffic control
the government
has not
was,
had a great few years, by the way. I don't know if they're just asleep at the wheel. I don't know. Planes
a
like
wheel or is it
almost.
Yoke.
Well, no,
Yoke.
no.
Asleep
the
at the yoke.
air traffic control.
They have a tough
Don't-
job.
They're asleep at the radar.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They don't have a.
That's a tough job.
Yeah.
Like if you fly right seat with somebody
They're
and like
like-
actually listen to air traffic control, they have a bunch of shit going on.
They're kind of like a spotter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're stacking them up at how many different levels? Like, I got this plane here, this plane here.
Oh,
You
it's
need
crazy.
to reroute to here, this.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. Well, and, I mean, did you see so what was it, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, the sonic boom over DC?
I heard about it, but I could, because they said a plane actually crashed.
Yeah.
There were no survivors, but who was on that plane?
So there was a small plane, I think 4 passengers on it, that were flying from Tennessee up to like Massachusetts or somewhere. And they got to like New York and then it doubled back. And the pilot was unresponsive. So they scrambled Air National Guard out of either Pennsylvania or Maryland, one of those two. And I think it was F-16s got up to him, but they had to like hit the afterburners and go like sonic boom. And there's a video of a dog laying on a couch
Yeah.
outside on a porch. And like you just see him, he's just laying there. And then and he's like,
So they
runs
think,
off,
but they
bro.
think that people perished before the plane went down.
yes, that is the
Got it.
the
like a
last I
passenger
saw.
plane?
It was like a small,
Like a little Cessna
yeah,
type,
not- it was a-
little,
I think it
like
was
a
a jet.
RJ or a.
but a small one, like a small.
How many people were on it?
There were 4 people on it. I think it might have been like one of those 10 to 16 passengers.
They think they all died before
Maybe like something the cabin pressurized or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like
they
that.
passed out or something.
Yeah.
But the fact that it like looped back, so I don't know if it was like autopilot kicked
Yeah.
in. And it, So they were
Yeah.
trying to get him on the radio, couldn't get him. But then
If they couldn't get him on the radio, they probably like, again, something probably
get up
happened.
and try and do the like fly up by him and hey, wake up.
Hit him with a wing
Yeah.
like they did in
Oh yeah,
what was that movie
Air
with
Force
Tom
One?
Cruise?
Or where they got wasn't it Air Force One,
Top
two,
Gun?
where they
Top Gun.
came alongside it? I don't know.
No,
what
it wasn't
you're
Top
talking about.
Gun. It was like American Made.
Yeah.
American Made. They're running like drugs from Colombia and stuff. One guy falls asleep flying, and Tom Cruise comes up and like hits him on the wing with his plane. It's like that's totally
Did you
Batshit.
see where he was in Charlotte recently?
Tom,
Tom
Cruise.
Cruise?
Yeah.
No,
It was right around the time of the 600.
no
And
way.
people
yeah.
like had pictures of him with him at bars and stuff.
Could you
And he went to
imagine?
like the Janet. I think Janet Jackson played, and he was at the Janet Jackson concert. It was very strange.
He was probably in Victory Lane with you, and you just didn't
You
like.
didn't
he was
know.
just he was going incognito.
He was too
had
short.
on-
You couldn't see him.
Well, he was too short, but he also had on just like a plain blue hat.
Yeah.
So like he was completely disguised.
Could you
'Cause
imagine
every movie star like they go out and they just wear a nondescript blue hat.
Yeah.
It's like nobody will recognize me.
yeah, but
Imagine just
so I
seeing
don't know
Tom
what.
Cruise like walking down the street, like
Yeah.
is that fucking Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Little guy, little legs, just going down the street.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're gonna open
Just
a
running.
Maybe they're gonna
Full
open a
sprint. Always running.
Scientology wing here.
I think there is a Scientology church in
Is there?
Charlotte. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Where? I'm getting head nods everywhere. That's
Yeah.
creepy.
it's not that big here. Shocker.
Thank God.
And I think but yeah, there is one. It does exist.
Huh?
Had no idea.
Yeah, they're everywhere. A lot of them in Clearwater,
They
Florida.
are the aliens.
Well, they believe in aliens.
I'm saying that's where the alien connection comes in.
Yeah, they think that aliens are Xenu and all that stuff are coming
well.
to take your thetans.
It's a religion based on sci-fi.
I'd love to sit in one of those meetings. Like,
yeah.
What are y'all talking about? What
How
goes
do you-
on in your
and-
focus groups?
And if they talk about what is assumed they talk about, how do they keep straight faces in those?
I think these people would like truly believe it. Like,
I mean,
you
know, I've
got
watched
people
it-
who
I've-
believe weird shit.
I've
everywhere.
watched a couple of docu-series on cults recently, and it's wild what people will believe.
yeah, they're out on Pence Road,
Where
Church
is
of
that?
Scientology, in Central Charlotte. That is out by Charles T. Myers golf course, public golf course, out Albemarle Road.
Oh, okay, that helps.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a better gauge.
But yeah, they're out there.
What if, what if they tried to pull you in?
I'm gonna look. When we were in LA for the Clash earlier this year, like we were doing.
Did you go to the big?
Well, we were doing a thing with Mamba where we were walking around asking people NASCAR questions
Yeah.
on Hollywood Boulevard, and we passed by the Scientology thing and like, you want to come in for a survey? And we're like, no, we're good.
Nope.
We're
Nope.
I know that's how you get people. I'm not falling for your tricks.
Yeah.
Till
I'm not
they
walking in that
snatch
door.
you.
Yeah.
They're gonna give you like pizza and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
food and
This is-
stuff. Like,
It's a pyramid scheme.
look what you can get if you're a part of our gang.
But it's like you got to pay to get to the next level. I'm not about that.
Well, you know,
I want
I
you to pay
mean,
me.
if you want to
Yeah.
meet Zulu, you're gonna have to. Is that his name?
Xenu.
Xenu. If you want to meet Xenu.
Zulu that's a movie from the 60s with Michael Caine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then,
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Did he pass away?
No.
While we've been gone?
He's still alive, right?
Didn't McCain pass
Is he
away
still-
while we were gone?
John McCain?
No. No.
The Queen.
Or maybe
Yeah.
I'm thinking of...
Are you confusing Michael Caine with the Queen?
No,
of
maybe I'm
England?
thinking of James Caan.
Michael Caine is not dead yet. He's 90.
Look at James Caan.
James Caan, I believe, is dead.
I think he maybe died while we were away.
A lot of people died while we
I
were. Like you
know.
said, the Queen died.
The Queen died. We got a
now
new
I'm the
monarch in
king.
England.
Look at me. I'm the king now. King Charles.
You are.
Yeah, look at that.
Charles isn't my favorite, but
Yeah.
did you look up James Caan?
I'm looking it up right now. It's just multitasking and talking. And he died in 2022.
Oh, okay. So
See,
that's
I
probably who you're
wasn't
thinking
far
about.
off.
Yeah.
I said, oh, like I'm surprised. Like, oh, you were right. He died.
R.I.P.
Could you imagine being like, okay, the Queen of England dies, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Not a shock.
not a sh- no,
She
she
was
ruled
old,
for a long
yeah.
time.
She was,
Very old.
and she was 96. She lived a good life.
Yeah, she lived a great life. But like, it's weird to me how they do it around there. Like, it's the family.
Yeah.
the
right.
fact that there's actually a monarchy in 2023.
It's crazy.
There's
It's
several.
wild.
There's several in
If
the
you
world.
really think about it, it's cool because I like history, but it is crazy.
Yeah, like you have this family, or the next heir could not have any idea
Yeah.
or plan to run it, and it's like,
Well.
tough shit. You're gonna run it. And how did they pick the person? How did they pick? I don't know the
Yeah, the
history of
lineage,
who was
like-
the first. Like, how did they like? You are gonna be our rulers.
I think
King and
a
Queen.
lot of that came down to, and again, I would probably get blasted for the history of this, but like conceptually, it was the first leader
Son.
that like kicked somebody's ass in battle and was like, all right, we beat all of you, and I was the guy leading.
No,
this
but
group,
it was
so I'm
also
gonna-"
like, we were anointed by God.
But that's what they have to do to like solidify it going forward. It's like you use the it was
God's
God
will.
God wills it. You know, if you watched what was it, the Crusade movie?
Monty Python.
Yes. No, the one where it was more recent. Was Brad Pitt in it?
Oh, you're talking about the one with Ben Affleck.
Kingdom of Heaven? Was it Kingdom of Heaven?
Oh, that no.
God wills it. Like
I
it's
don't
with the Knights Templar.
know
It's a
what
whole
you're
thing.
talking
Anyway.
about.
No,
Crusades. Anyway,
Anyway,
I was just always like, that's a
But-
crazy concept.
if you want to get something done, just say God willed it, and you can pretty much do whatever you want.
but like back in the day, it was the guy that was like the strongest one that led everybody, and then it's like, okay, cool, yeah, you're gonna sit on this throne, and then
So it was a little bit of natural selection.
you just pass that on and say, well, his dad did this, so then his son, he's the next in line, and
This is crazy. It's the year it is.
Well, that's
and
what I'm
still
saying.
going on.
2023,
Yeah.
and there's an
It's nuts.
actual monarchy.
there are
Yeah.
still
Well, yeah, there's other ones too.
43 sovereign states in the world with monarchs as the head of state.
Wow.
Yeah. 13 in Asia, 12 in Europe, 9 in the Americas, 6 in Oceania, and 3 in Africa.
There's 9 in the Americas.
Yeah.
like
South America,
and Central.
Canada, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Because don't they
Oh,
technically...
they technically are under the Queen.
There's still
Well,
some-
the King now.
Yeah,
Ooh,
with the loony.
R.I.P.
That's the thing that's going to be weird is like your whole life, if you're in England, if you're of a certain age, Queen Elizabeth has been on your money. And now
Yeah, it's changing.
Charles
Yeah.
is going to be like...
Well, yeah, I wonder how they do that. Like, does
Welcome to America. We got everybody on any type of money, anywhere, everywhere.
Yeah,
true.
But, and George Washington could have easily gone that route of saying,
Oh, you know what?
divine
There's
right, I could be the king of America.
There's a book
True.
series called American Royals,
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. But it basically is if America had taken the monarchy route versus democracy.
Hmm.
I think it's American Royals.
Manifest destiny, Ryan. Manifest
interesting.
destiny.
yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy how we still have pennies and nickels and dimes and shit too.
Who uses a penny?
No, seriously, it's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like compared to
Yeah,
how
but I'll
Europe
still pick
uses
up
it.
a penny.
I ain't gonna pick up no dirty ass penny.
If it's
you're
a
gonna-
heads
you're gonna
up,
stack 'em?
I like that good luck.
You gonna stack some pennies?
Oh,
had to-
Chuck's been stacking
I
pennies.
had to plug.
everybody
the
has
other,
a everybody has a
plug the-
podcast now.
I know.
Ryan was one of the first, but
We were the OG.
OG.
We were.
Yeah,
Oh man, and it all started in this room.
it did. Yeah, we are in the
Yeah.
original studio.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't,
We had a
know
lot
that.
of guests in this studio.
We had a lot of big time guests. Yeah, didn't Jeff Gordon sit in the
Jeff
studio?
Gordon, Chase.
Chase came.
Dale
When's the
Earnhardt.
last, when's the
Ray
last time
Abraham.
Chase went on a actually showed up in person and for a podcast?
I don't know.
Not phoned it in.
I don't know. Probably never.
Never.
Since ours.
Since ours.
Brendan
That was like the
Gaughan,
T-Rex
Bubba,
arm one.
Justin Marks was in here.
Justin Marks was in
Pre-
here. Pre-owner.
Pre-owner,
Yeah.
like when he was talking about going and climbing mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of folks.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff on here. We've had a lot of dumb shit too. But
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun
No, it's
jokes.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, you drive a whole different car now.
whole different car. Whole different era, honestly.
Which, that was, and I know it's NASCAR talk, but, like, it's weird to think about. We've all been in the sport for roughly, like, at the highest level of the sport for roughly about the same time, right? 2010-ish.
Ish, yeah.
And you think about, all right, when we all kind of came in, it's Jimmy Johnson, he's running the show. Jeff Gordon's still racing. And now, like, you guys
Are the guys.
Are the guys. Like, that it's weird, but it's not weird at the same time, right?
It's a changing
it is
of the
odd.
guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
when Queen Elizabeth died.
Yeah. And it's going to be weird too. Like Harvick's going to be gone next
Yeah.
year.
It's
Don't know
gonna
what
get to a
Truex
point
gonna
where
do.
all of them are gone. Like,
Yeah.
like there's no more of the guys that were at the top when we all started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and the guys that were the up-and-comers, like the Logano's and the Keselowskis,
They're going to be.
and the Denny Hamlins, like, they're going to be
The
they're on
elders.
that next
Yeah.
level of folks that, like, oh, they're going to be retired.
It is crazy
Yeah.
though. It's crazy to think about.
I
Time,
think
man.
Logano's got
yeah.
a ways to go.
No, they're not like him.
Versus,
Kyle
like,
Busch,
Denny.
Denny is older, but if Kevin can do it as long as Kevin's done it, there's no saying
How old's Kevin?
modern
Like 47?
technology and science, like, you guys can't race till you're 60, 70 years
45?
I
old.
don't know. I think he's like 45.
45.
Yeah.
I mean, Denny's not that much younger than Kevin.
But look at what's
He
his name?
acts younger, but he's not that much younger.
Look at Red what's his name?
Farmer.
Red Farmer.
Farmer.
Yeah.
Still racing.
Still racing.
90
Yeah.
something.
Still racing.
Nuts. Sorry. I couldn't do that. Not for that long. Not for that long, man.
The love of the game.
that'd be
I guess.
brutal.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He's tough old coot. What is that? Is that not a good way to say it?
I don't know that I've ever used the term coot.
I probably
In
just
that.
dated myself.
What if I look that up? What's the definition going to be?
Tough old coot.
No, just coot.
Coot.
I don't know if you
Turtle.
want to. Is it on Urban Dictionary?
Coot definition. A coot, an aquatic bird. Informal though. That's
Yeah.
the informal, a foolish or eccentric person, typically an old man.
Yeah. See.
You called Red Farmer foolish. Unbelievable.
Not foolish. He is brave.
Unbelievable.
He is brave. He did
Unbelievable.
go into the helicopter
Yeah.
at Talladega and get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
let's not go down that path.
Go way out of that. But the man's seen some stuff and some things. He's
Oh,
been
yeah.
For
around.
sure.
Yeah. Hall of Famer.
He was great during his Hall of Fame induction. What else we got?
We got
Well, we could talk. I mean, we could talk about the Live PGA merger. That's pretty large.
big news. Like, do we understand it fully?
They're making
At
a
this
deal with the
moment.
devil.
Yeah.
Who? Live or the PGA?
Everybody,
All of-
all of the above.
I mean,
That's just a lot of money.
Yeah.
yeah. Like the gist of it is like last year when Live kind of came and
was
wanting to
literally
recruit
like,
PGA guys, giving
here.
them
Yeah.
buku money.
Like, here's $1 billion. Play for 3 years.
Yeah. And like you're locked into that contract, and PGA said, if you go sign with Live, you'll never be able to play in the PGA ever again. Like at the time, you're like won't even be able to play in majors.
Yeah,
all that
you're
stuff.
basically blacklisted
Yeah.
if you went to live.
And it kind of changed. Like some, those guys could play in like
Mm-hmm.
Augusta and like the PGA Championship, but then they just struck a deal yesterday. It's like they merged, and all the guys
That's
who were
crazy.
loyal to the PGA are pissed, and I would
yeah.
be too.
Yeah.
Because you turn down hundreds of millions of dollars, like for trying to be good and loyal, and now it's like it doesn't matter. And the main guy at PGA is like,
He's going to get a payout for sure.
oh, he definitely did.
He at least owned up to the fact that he's going to be called a hypocrite, and
He is. I mean, I would be furious if I was
Yeah.
him. If I was the players who stayed loyal to the PGA, I'd be
Money
laughing my ass
talks.
off if I was a dude who went to Live
Right?
and like
And you're
got
like,
my
"Ha."
bag and just coming back.
I mean, golf. I don't know. It needs a breath of fresh air.
I don't think it does.
In some instances, like, I mean, this I've played this sport almost my entire life.
Golf?
Yeah. I lettered in golf in high school.
I like going to the driving range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good napping television.
It's one of those things, like,
It
I
is.
was decent at it, and then, like, I quit playing, and, like, every now and then I'm decent at it, but it's there's a lot of rules to like the PGA and the USGA that like I can
Liv
see
is trying to
where-
make it more fun.
right.
Like their setups at their tournaments or whatever matches, like they got music pumping and the bar right there and people are cheering and
The Waste Management Open, like that should be more like there need to be more golf tournaments that are like that, but you shouldn't change the Open, the British Open, or the Masters. You shouldn't like there's some.
It's just like NASCAR.
Yeah.
Let's keep the crown jewels as they are, and let's make some adjustments to some of the links of the races.
So like on one hand, I see where they're coming from.
Snuck her protest in here.
I mean, look.
I think you can do a little bit of a mixture. I don't think like the Waste Management Open's awesome, but like some of the players are like, it's good. It's only 1 week out of the year, because that's crazy for them. But I don't know. It's got to be. It can be changed a little bit, but I think
suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I
don't
do
know.
think though, to Chuck's point, like the British Open, the Masters, there's ones that need to stay.
Like the Masters comes on
truly
and
historic.
I'm watching. Did you go?
I went. I actually got to
you
play
went?
Augusta in January.
What?
Yeah, I got to play it for 2 days, and
Did you get a pimento cheese sandwich while you were there?
I did. It was
you?
fantastic. Yeah, and I went on Tuesday. I went on practice round this year, and it was fantastic. Yeah, it was amazing. So one of our partners is a member there.
Yeah.
And he walks around with a green jacket because if you're on grounds as a member, you have to wear a green jacket.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Yes, there's a lot of crazy rules that I learned about. And,
Okay. What was the most bizarre one?
the I think one of the weirder ones was like, okay, you're a member. They don't tell you how many members there are at Augusta, right? They keep that kind of secret. And but so if you're a member, you don't get to take your green jacket stays there at the
Can't take it off the grounds.
Yeah, it's chipped. It is like
Really?
a big no if you take it. Like you'll get kicked out.
Okay.
So we pull up to the Masters, and my friend is like, hey, I gotta go get my jacket. So he runs in, puts his jacket on, we go park, and now you're walking around. But the craziest thing was like, he's walking around in his green jacket, and all the fans watching him are like in awe. You think it was like Tiger Woods walking through there.
Yeah.
Because you see a guy with a green jacket,
And
they're
you
like, they want to
assume,
take pictures with you.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, how'd you become a member? What'd you do? It's just like you saw Jesus.
How do you become a member? Do you have to be invited?
You have to be invited. Yeah, you can't just walk in there and
Can you
pay money.
Do you have to like be good at golf, or you just have to have a lot of money,
Be good at business.
or both?
I think you have to be. I don't know. I mean, I met some folks there. I know some folks there who are like,
could you ever
really
become a member?
highly doubtful. I don't know. I really don't. Like,
But,
you
like-
have to be referred,
Do you have to like campaign?
and like they have to
kind
be
of?
on like your board has to approve you.
Interesting.
And then you have to obviously give your initiation fee and stuff like that.
Like a
But
Roger Penske could be a member there if he's not.
I don't know.
I wonder if
okay.
I wonder if there's like a.
I'm just saying like that level of
Like,
yeah, like I think that
Yeah.
level of person is like
Yeah.
that's the
yeah.
the
I
area.
wonder if
you have
there's
to-
an
Magnate, if you
initiation
will.
that we don't know about, or like some secret
know.
handshakes or anything.
yeah, secret handshake.
You
some
got to beat Ted over here in a round
fraternity
of golf
stuff. Yeah.
to get in. Like it's just some guy named Ted. You just got to beat him in a round of golf at Augusta.
It was cool though. It was a cool
That's
experience. Yeah, it was fun.
That is on my bucket list of things to do.
To play
Yeah.
Augusta.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I hope I can go back.
What did you wear?
So I was so nervous. Like, you're so nervous. So we go out. We stayed there on the grounds overnight, and so you get there and like no shorts.
Yeah,
You have to
Don't show
wear
your
pants.
calves.
But like you're wearing. I wore some green, some dark
Okay,
green.
okay.
Supported the Augusta
Okay. colors.
colors. But you're super nervous, and there's like no one there, right? It's not
Yeah.
like. It's not like every tee time every 15 minutes is booked. Like we saw maybe 2 other groups the whole
Oh,
day there.
wow.
Yeah, it's very spread out and stuff like that. But you're so nervous, and it's like just your
Okay.
group, your caddies, and like 2 other guys are watching you tee off on one, and you're like, I am so terrified right now.
Huh.
Yeah, it was super cool.
What do the people that work there wear? Like, do they wear a specific color? Like, you know how like Indy has the yellow shirts?
No,
do
I mean
they-
No, they usually just try to wear something with the
Okay.
Augusta logo on it.
Did you have a caddy? Or
We all had caddies, yeah.
So you're walking it, right?
Oh, yeah, you walk. Oh, no carts.
I know.
No
I know.
carts.
No
That's one of
carts.
those like walking 18 is by far that is my
I
favorite. way to
wonder
play
how
golf.
much money they spend annually to maintain the grounds at Augusta.
A lot.
Like
heard
in
it's
the
bonkers.
7 or 8 figures. 7 figures?
I say 7.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing fine though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
So they do at the Masters. Fun fact: They have their big merch building.
Yeah.
It's like supreme for
It's crazy.
country
It's
clubbers.
absolutely insane. And we went in there, and this is just the public one, and they're just shuffling people in and out. And there's a guy at the door holding people, and
Is
got
there a
counter.
max purchase amount you can make versus like going in there and buying a ton and then reselling it for people that don't have access?
I don't know. No, I don't think there's a max purchase amount. Like you can buy whatever you want in there.
What'd you buy?
I don't think it's just tons of stuff. I mean, we spent thousands of dollars in there because you're like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be back here.
back.
But they do almost $1 million a day in merch sales there, a day for a week. I mean, that's just crazy. And they make all their own
Yeah.
merch. Like they don't have an
They're
outsourcing
printing
place.
money.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's buku.
there's 3 courses that I want to play: Augusta, St. Andrews, and then I want to go down
Ooh,
to
St.
Pinehurst
Andrews.
and play over there. Which Pinehurst you can do. That's an easy
Yeah.
one. to
Yeah.
do.
I did Pinehurst last
Yeah.
year. That's super
But
cool.
To your point about the merch, North Wilkesboro sold out of all of their merch.
The cool thing was too, like you if you walk through the stands, you saw like team members and crew guys in line with
Yeah.
fans like for merch because it was such a big deal.
That's cool. I didn't get any merch
Yeah.
from there.
Max and I, our audio guy, got like at one of the little kiosks the last 2 of the limited edition hats that had the thing on it.
Is that what you're wearing?
That's what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Wait, let
Like
me
it-
see it. I don't think I
Hang
saw
on.
that hat. I got a hat.
It's that one.
Oh,
that's
that's a nice
sick.
hat.
They only
Dang.
made 381 of them.
They should have put the number on it too.
They did. So this is 45 of 381.
What?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the 381
They
is
need to do
because that's
that.
the address
Oh, got it.
of the speedway.
They
I was
need
trying
to do
figure out
that
the whole
more
thing.
throughout the year, like
Yeah.
stuff like that, like
But-
limited edition merch.
That's like, I feel like we're getting back to that with NASCAR, where there's
Yeah.
like, we're building that sort of what
Yeah.
we had back in the day of this
Was
desire.
that advertised, or you just found that out?
I found it. I
Found
saw
it.
Jose was wearing one Friday
would've
when y'all
gotten
did the
one if I had
photo
known.
and the track walk, and he mentioned something about them being limited edition. So
That's
we
cool.
went and looked, and
Yeah, that's sick. I mean, we've started doing that on our stuff.
should.
Like we do special T-shirts per
Yeah.
race.
Oh, I've
Like,
seen that. I've seen
we've
you
done
guys
that
post
this
about
year.
it.
We did one for Talladega. We're doing one for Nashville. It's like super simple, but
Yeah.
if we're
flag
only
and anthem stuff.
the flag and anthem
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So they've been really good at designing. Like last year, we did one for like the Bristol Night Race that was like a really funky
Mm-hmm.
kind of neon light up design. So yeah, we've done some really cool ones. And this year we're doing them like really simple. It just says
Yeah.
like Nashville or
It was
Talladega.
red, right? I saw the
Yeah,
Nashville one.
and then it just has like Blaney 12 on the back.
How much creative input do you have in that?
Well, these are very
If you
simple.
want, but if you wanted to,
Yeah, a good
if
bit.
you were like, oh, I have this great idea for Chicago Street Course, or
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean, between like me, Justin, the flag and anthem folks, like we all kind of
Okay.
talk a little bit. They probably do a little bit more of like the bouncing around, and then I'll just
Mm-hmm.
kind of give my input.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking of it'd be kind of cool to do a Chicago one, like a
Or
windy city.
glass case one.
I know flag and anthem's been super great. They've been fun to work with. They big part of our foundation event a couple weeks ago. They sponsored Gianna's Better Half Dash.
Yeah.
Cart
Ooh.
or entry fee for that. So that was really cool. They made a little fairing of and the decal was like a big dress that they make, like kind of a floral dress. So
Oh, fun.
yeah, they do a bunch of cool stuff. And 25% off. If you're listening to this episode, go to flagandanthem.com, enter the promo code GCOE
Yeah.
for 25% off. So
Love it.
you're getting some good stuff if you're listening to this.
I actually got a flag and anthem like flannel.
Did ya?
In one of the it's like not one of those boxes where they send you clothes.
Are you doing,
Oh, yes.
Are you,
I don't
doing,
like to
are you
shop.
doing a win shirt since you won the Coach 600?
They yes.
Okay.
They are. Yeah, they're doing that. Flag and Anthem is not doing it, but it's
Okay.
Penske's
doing it. Got
Yeah.
it.
So they're kind of those normal
Yeah.
win shirts. I wish we could kind of.
Do a flag and anthem.
I might do a Flag and Anthem one. It looks
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
cooler.
Yeah, you should definitely.
But
do
the Penske one looks cool.
World
it.
600.
Yeah, do it. World 600.
Yeah.
So who's the biggest competition in the Better Half Dash? Who are you looking out for? Because like if people are listening to this,
Yeah.
it airs on Race Hub on
The
June 14th.
14th.
On 14th,
right?
yeah, it
But
airs.
it already happened.
It already happened, so they raced.
No
So,
spoilers.
secrets.
No spoilers.
Locked.
There's one
Yeah.
thing we won't spoil.
Yeah.
Well, I guess give
when
us
is this
who's in the
coming out?
field. This comes out tomorrow.
The 8th.
Oh, see. Okay.
Yeah.
So they raced.
We should have came out on 6-9, by the way,
Yeah.
Giggity.
instead of 6-8.
So they raced Tuesday night, so a couple nights ago. If people are listening to this now, and yeah, I mean, there's some good ones that are former racers like Kenzie
Yep.
Hemrick,
Russ.
Holly Shelton,
Yeah.
Eric Jones' girlfriend, one of the Golding
McCall
girls,
Golding.
McCall
Oh, yeah.
Golding,
Coming
St. Smith's.
from a family of racers.
Yeah.
Tammy Rice.
Tammy
Rice,
Rice.
yeah.
Yeah. Chris Rice's wife's
Julie.
there. Julie. Yeah. Suarez's wife, girlfriend, fiance. Sorry.
Your sister?
Aaron's running.
Aaron ran?
Aaron's racing. Gianna's running. Yeah.
Okay.
So the open practice was last week, and you kind of got a feel for where the pace was at.
Yeah.
Gianna's got to find some speed.
Oh, okay. Is there like a gentleman's bet for the other halves? Would you call it the worst half? If it's the better half dash,
Yeah, we're the worst half.
you're the worst half.
Yeah.
I think it just says the other half
the
on
smack.
the website. Just so.
Yeah, we're just a moldy half.
Yeah.
You're the other half.
But no, there's I expect some torn up go karts. Based on like some of the restarts that they practiced last week.
Yeah.
Just like some wrecks and stuff like that, because they,
Okay.
the restarts. Not a lot of these girls have started like double file in
Yeah.
a race
Oh,
before.
they're doing
Yeah.
double foul shootout style restarts?
Hell yeah.
Start of the race. Oh yeah, shootout style.
Yes.
So it'll be watching a couple of the practice runs that they did. At least one or two girls got spun out in the first
And
corner.
you were the spotter.
So we're spotting, yeah. So
Okay.
we have radios and stuff, and I'm talking to Gianna, trying to give her some info.
Okay.
So it'll be fun. Yeah, y'all have to watch it.
Did you
Okay.
do the thing
time.
that some of the spotters do at the end of the race when everything needs out the front of the window, out your front windshield, and then just walk off the tower?
No, I sometimes like she was just by herself in the race, and
But
I'm like,
she can't on the carts. She can't talk back.
she couldn't talk back to me. It was a one-way communication. We made sure of that one. Some guys brought like actual radio harnesses, and like we got her a Bell helmet of just like a go-kart helmet, so it didn't have
Yeah.
a radio in it. So we just used. I just called her and she had her headphones in, and I'm just
okay.
talking to her on the phone.
Okay.
And that worked like
Yeah.
fantastic.
Okay.
But yeah, some guys brought like two-way communication, like one way. I don't want to get yelled at.
It's my way or the highway.
Yeah.
It's like, we're just going to reenact my Pocono win here where the radio doesn't work.
Yeah.
You got to give hand signals. And
Hand
you know,
signals.
that's
So I will say one person wrecked pretty hard in the race.
yeah.
And they were doing the iPhone thing, and they hit so hard the phone hung up. So they didn't. It was like lap one.
So you're, like the other person's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And there's nothing.
And then he looked at his phone, and it's just call ended. So
You can't really call back, can you?
no, they have it like on a fanny pack, like
Yeah,
strapped to
yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
So it's like you're not answering a phone call.
Also, if
so.
they're wearing gloves, gloves aren't going to work on
No, no. So and that
anyway.
person's probably like, the driver, she probably doesn't know it hung up.
Yeah.
Because she's not looking at her phone to see
Yeah.
the call ended. So she's like, why isn't he talking to me?
What do I do?
Oh, yeah. So I looked at the first, he's like, call's over. She's on her own. I don't know. So
Okay.
it was funny.
Man. That was always, because that generally, like in the past, has been like what, in between the All-Star race
Yeah.
and the 600 when
Yeah.
both were at Charlotte.
Yeah. So it's a good, they raised a bunch of money. MRO did. They raised over $100,000.
Wow.
Which is fantastic.
That's-
MRO is pretty crazy because Miss Melanie, who's the lady there, like she raised me. Like
Yeah,
she was
you
there
just drop-
when
all
my
people just
dad,
drop their kids off.
when my mother just shoved me into
Free
MRO.
babysitting. Take these children.
And it's really funny because this is her and her husband's last year of doing
Aw.
like they're gonna retire and stuff.
Yeah. Are they gonna throw them a retirement party?
I don't know. I was
They
asking
should.
them like, what
All
are you
the
guys gonna do?
kids.
Yeah,
All the kids through the year should come back.
yeah.
And do something.
I mean, they raised a bunch of us. They raised me like every single weekend. They were fantastic. So it's really funny to see them like now that I'm an adult.
yeah.
Full
Like,
circle.
Yeah, like 20,
full circle.
22 years later, it's like, oh, it's kind of cool. So
circle.
Miss Melanie.
Oh.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time. No
Great
fights, which was good.
No fights.
No fights.
We talked on the spotter stand like we should manufacture a big brawl
Just
on the
a
spotter
huge-
stand. Just
there's a
haymakers.
Fights. I feel like there's
Haymakers.
been a lot of fights this year. Like not
Has been.
fights like fisticuffs, like just like people.
There's been
not-
some punches though.
Well, there have been punches.
Like the Ross and Noah exchange.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then Jeb and
awesome.
Chandler Smith, and there's one other, but just like it seems like people are just angry at each other this year more so than other years. I'm saying that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
We need
it's-
some black hats.
I think it's the fight it because where'd they fight at? Ross and Noah, Kansas.
Yeah.
Fought
yeah.
at Kansas.
Can't.
Oh, I was like not in a great mood after that race. I think we lost some spots on last restart, and I looked up and I saw the big screen of them fighting, and it cheered me up a little bit. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
The punch though, the craziest part, the audio, it was like, the punch was louder than they were talking.
Max out there had
Our audio person.
had
Max,
the boom.
great job.
Were you the? Oh,
You did great
One of
job.
the guys, yeah. We had that one. We had 3 angles of it of NASCAR Productions cameras, 2 with audio, and then 1 slow mo art. So
Yeah.
we got it covered. And then Lanahan, the screens camera guy, he
Yeah.
was there
Yeah.
as well. So we had it in like
Yeah.
broadcast,
Nice. That was
then
great.
24 and 60.
There was a lot of good
Slow-mo.
angles. Yeah.
The angle too that you get Chase walking by.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
one's like, somebody's got to kick
Someone's
his
gotta do
ass.
it.
If you
or
look at the
do it.
background, like Logano kind of goes, huh? And then I'm gonna look the other way.
So, what are y'all's thoughts on? I got asked the question the week afterwards on fighting. What are your? Everyone's like, it should be like hockey.
No,
You know?
here's what I think. I think you should let them fight if it's 2 drivers, but you need to intercept if other people get involved that could get hurt. So like media or like crew members, or if they hit the ground. Mm-hmm. Then that's where you step in. But if they're both on their feet and it's just the 2 of them, let them fight until they hit the ground or
Yeah.
other people step in.
Yeah, I think there should be some kind of a barrier. Not like a physical, not like,
Like a
a
ring.
rope. No, just like because the crew guys can't get in it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
right?
saying. You can't
because
let the crew
like
guys
you can't
do-
have a
like a crew guy to crew guy fight's a different story.
I feel
Yeah.
like they have been relatively good in the past couple
Yeah.
of years of not getting involved.
Yeah, it's like that's not fair. If a jackman's going to come after me, like
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not,
no.
I'm not,
It's not.
I'm not brawling with a 300-pound jackman. Like that's not happening. But I think but like Ross got his shot in,
Yeah.
and then the security guy stepped in,
Yeah.
and it's like okay, Noah didn't get one back,
Yeah.
but Noah
Ross-
did instigate it.
Ross was,
So
Ross
it's
was
like,
smart though, because did you watch
held
Ross?
the arm.
Before, like
Yeah.
he was even close to the punch, he held the arm down.
Yeah, he was smart. He's been
He was-
taught something.
yeah,
but I
that's a
think
farmer for
you
you.
should at least go 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
Like that's fine, but like it's like if you go instigate it, do you get the one after you get rocked? Like I don't
know.
know. If you start that shit, you better be ready to throw the
Right.
first. You
Yeah.
know?
If you're the one coming up, throw the first punch.
Yeah. If you're like, what do you think the guy's gonna do if you got him by like this fire
Yeah.
suit? Like that guy's not
and
gonna
he's
let
told
you
you
just
to stop multiple times.
Yes.
I
Like
warned you.
yeah. Like I don't know. I think there's got to be some
Yeah.
kind of just free will to an
Yeah.
extent.
Yeah, I think so too.
But you can't get it to be like hockey.
We also
Right,
saw
but-
Amarola shove Bubba recently.
Same security guard was there both
That
times.
was
Yeah.
that didn't go anywhere, but I was surprised because you don't really see Eric that fired up.
Yeah. Don't like the middle
Didn't
finger,
know
I
that.
guess.
Nope.
People ask me about. They're like, "What do you do when Bubba gives you the middle finger?" I'm like, "Well, it's different because we do it as a joke."
Yeah.
Like other people might not like it as much.
Yeah.
Eric
he
apparently
doesn't
didn't.
like it,
He did
yeah.
not- he was not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Took offense and let
I
him
feel
know.
like the middle finger nowadays is like, I think we're just desensitized to it.
I know.
There's just a lot we're desensitized to. It's
A lot
Yeah.
of things. So,
Do you know what I'm not desensitized to?
what's that? Down.
Ending this show.
I mean, unless you want to keep going, and I can hit the music and we can.
No, I think we've talked about a lot of stuff. It was
have.
fun to come back. I hope everyone really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We're off to Sonoma this weekend,
Sonoma,
and leading into our off
wine
week.
Country.
Yes.
Catalina wine mixer.
Ah.
Oh, what are you doing for your off week?
We are staying in California for a couple days, and then we're going to
Okay.
go see a Whiskey Myers show in Red Rock, Colorado. I'm really
nice.
excited about it.
It's a venue that I want to go to. There,
You've never
in
been?
the Gorge. They're in the Gorge. Those
Oh,
are the two
dude,
that I want to
Red
go
Rock's
to. Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Saw Tyler Childers there a couple years ago. It's fantastic. And I'm pumped to see Whiskey Myers there. They're going to rock
Jealous.
out. Yeah. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to see my family my dad will not listen to this podcast. I'm going to surprise my dad. The rest of the family knows, but my dad doesn't know.
This is the one that he'll listen to.
This is singular.
You just spoiled
this
the
is Just
surprise.
don't put this
Yeah.
clip out there. He does get on social media and he'll
Yeah.
look at like my Instagram, my Twitter. So
He won't make it to the end anyway, even if he does
Yeah,
listen to
no.
this. Like he won't
Nobody
listen
makes
to
it.
it.
which,
It's an hour
by the way,
20.
the promo. I like how he used both clips that Dave was here. Can we go just revisit this?
Yeah.
That Dave. How many times? Two or three?
Two.
Three times.
I think he was here too.
And
and
it came
we used-
every time I wasn't there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
the way it
we
goes.
should have got Dave back on. He just won the other night. One Saturday night.
Oh.
Yeah, sprint car race up at Sharon.
Nice.
Yeah, waxed them.
I've got a reenactment. Shocker.
Oh, you're still doing reenactments?
Yeah, we've moved to World War II now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, you're getting later in the year. What's
Yeah.
next? Is like Afghanistan next?
Nah, I know too.
Yeah,
many
like
people.
how?
I got too many buddies.
What's
Yeah.
the what's
Yeah,
the
they're in
threshold?
Vietnam are like the two that I
What's
can't.
the
Yeah.
threshold though of like, oh, we're
Too
too
close.
close.
To me, Vietnam.
Is too close.
That's too
Okay.
close. Like my uncle fought in Vietnam.
In
so like
Yeah.
in if you're still doing this in 15 or 20 years, is Vietnam still too close?
it might not be, but then I'd be too old.
You think you're going to be too old to reenact?
Yeah, I mean, the average age of a soldier is what, 20?
Yeah, but you could be like an old
I'm
grizzly
double
vet
that now.
You know,
Yeah.
you could be like a lieutenant or something.
I guess my thought
The
though
old
is like
grizzly
it's a reenactment though, so like
Yeah.
you're keeping true to like the age of the soldiers, so like people age out of reenactments.
They should, but they don't.
What if you're like a high up like lieutenant? I don't know I don't know military enough to know like who's the highest ranked. I feel like you get some older guys in those positions.
You do, but it's still.
What's your favorite era to reenact?
Right now, this podcast, but World War II right now because the clothing's a lot more comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
No wool.
It's cotton.
Are the
Yeah,
snacks
it breathes.
better?
Yes, there's a lot more processed meats.
Okay.
It's pretty good. The snacks are better than Civil War.
Snacks on
Yeah.
snacks.
Yeah.
Speaking of reenactments, it's a very sad one, but the Renaissance Festival shut down in Huntersville.
What?
What?
The school bought it. The school bought it. Yeah, K through
No
12
more
school.
Ren Fair?
I know. It's very.
I was gonna
know.
go last
I know.
year
Thumbs
and I
down, bro.
decided not
Sucks.
to. Where are you gonna get a turkey leg now?
Nowhere anymore. It's done.
We've got to find one somewhere, and if we do another reunion show at some point, we do it at a
I
Renaissance
prefer
Festival.
revival.
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 Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you.
It was fun to be back.
Yeah. I would say rate and review, but,
Just get us more listens, likes, and comments than Corey.
share
Yeah,
this
that
one.
should be easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. That show's taking off, man. That damn Jonathan Merriman, his
Yeah.
Ice Cold Blue Mountain takes. They're
Yeah,
pretty good.
well, what is the show taking off? If you get like 10
Oh.
listeners, then that's fine.
Is this going to be contentious? Because Ryan Flores
Yeah.
is on Stacking Pennies.
There's his first place trophy from your win the other week. We'd been making fun of him for being second place for so long, and now he got first place. so.
Skip. Good for him.
That's it. That's the show.
That's the show.
We love
Whole
you
Foods,
guys.
Everything you asked for. We timed that pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
Perfect.
It's like riding a bike. I'm telling you, man.
Like,